So with that, let me have a quick demonstrations on how these features works. So just quickly changing to Creo. So the data set I'm using today is Laser C lawn mower that is manufactured by Exmark Corporation based in United States. You can see it's a very well structured assemblies with lots of sub assemblies inside of a big assemblies at the top level. And you can see for every sub assemblies there are skeleton features created which controls the critical dimensions downward. At the top level, you can also see a skeleton model here, and the skeleton features all the critical dimensions that drive the whole assembly is captured at the conceptual level inside the skeleton model. I have opened that skeleton model outside here. It is not only just the dimensions, you can see a lot of geometrical features also that drives the whole models. So we no need to reuse and reference all of them. Some of them can be sit there inside the skeleton model for the future records. We only need to publish what I require for the design. So you can see I have some of those published geometries created. So if I just show that published geometry here, I can pick the geometries, I can pick the references, I can pick the surfaces, and then record and designate and document what I'm actually sharing for my team members for the other features. So one of the critical dimensions here in this model, which I would like to share, is the position that controls the front wheel assembly. So that is being controlled with these dimensions here. And I have, instead of simply copying and pasting or copying and reusing to the frame models, what I have done is I have created a published geometry here for that. Simply by looking at the reference viewer of the published geometry, I can see it is being used in the frame.prt. So once it's been published, then also I can control the update control informations, whether that need to be automatically updated in the reference model, or it need to be a manual update, or it not need any update, something like no dependency, completely independent. Even at the looking at the top level of the skeleton level, I can actually know what sort of reference control I got that for the frame part. Again, give more control for the user how to capture that design intent and give that flexibility that need to be pushed down to the downstream. So when I actually now go and update that dimension information here, because I actually give a manual update with the notifications. So what I'm going to do is updating that position of my front wheel assembly here. So as soon as I update the information here, when I next comes to the top level assembly, you can see system will give me instant information that there is something is being changed in my design and I need to manually update that. Simply looking at my reference, system will jump to that information where that need to be updated. And you can see this icon here that basically tell that frame copy job need to be published. Again, I have the flexibility rather than giving a direct update control here. This is the same information, but I have seen at the skeleton level. So I can directly update it, automatic update here, or even I can now look at the differences between those changes. So typical scenario will be my team leader change something in my skeleton level. As a subordinate, I can come and have a look and compare. I can have some thoughts here before I just publish in that. Okay, now I can straight away update that design information. In a minute or two, in a few seconds, I will say those position of the front wheel assembly will got that update. It's a large assembly with around 1,200 components in the assembly. You can see simply by updating that information on the top level that actually updated all of the sub-assemblies, all other components in right position. That's really the beauty of using skeletal model and using those critical dimensions to the other components. It's a very well structured, very well documented, well recorded way of applying changes to your top level assembly. Rather than selecting some references from here and there, it is really well disciplined CAD model. That's what Creo Advanced Assembly offer you.